Hey, welcome to Form 2 series of formula and substitution. By end of this session, things that we're expecting to have covered being able to define a formula and distinguish it from expressions and equations. Also want to understand the idea that letters have different meanings in expressions, formula, and equations. Correctly substitute values in the formula, practical and real-world context. So terms that we are going to encounter are formula, variable, constant, substitution, expression, equation. So there is a problem. What is a formula? This is a rule or relationship written using letters and symbols that show how one quantity depends on another. For instance, you have a formula for calculating area, one for speed. So formula is usually general and applies to a variety of scenarios. So meaning of letters in mathematical terms or context. An expression, this represents a value which is for instance, 3x plus 3 equation, there is an equality sign shown somewhere, x plus 5 equal to 9. Formula is just general rule and it includes two or more different variables. Then substituting into formula, this is replacing a letter by a known value. If the value happens to be positive, we just substitute it directly. But if it's negative, to safeguard the issue of sign changes, we need to surround it by brackets. So when we are applying formulas, they are found in various areas of science, that's physics, in finance, mathematics, geometry, where we are calculating various dimensions of shapes. Then there is the first example that we have. We are interested in defining a formula. I think all this we encountered it when we were dealing with our introduction. So I want to dive straight to the problems that we have. Still the same issue. We want to define the term formula. So formula can be defined as a rule connecting two or more variables that is used in many scientific spaces. So this is a rule connecting various variables. That's a formula. So we normally use it to perform computations. State one difference between an expression and a formula. So one difference there, expression and formula. The difference might be with an expression. Expression, there is no equal sign. Then with a formula, one, there is equal sign, and two or more variables. In other words, you expect to find uh, two or more distinct letters in the process. Then we are interested in substitution this time around. So we are required to substitute in the equation y equal to 4x plus 1 when x is 3. So rewriting it is y equal to 4 multiplied by whichever value x takes, because it's positive. It's just 4 times 3 plus 1. So our y is actually 4 times 3 gives us 12 plus 1. So y will be 13 if x is 3. Then next we're interested in substitution again. So when we are substituting, for this case, our x happens to be negative. So we need to be careful about the sign. So as we substitute, we need to surround x with brackets, then minus 5 there. So when we simplify 6 times minus 2, it gives us minus 12 minus 5. So here we are playing in the negative space. So it's 12 and 7. I mean, 12 and 5, it gives us negative 17. Then next, we are given a formula there to use. Normally, that formula is used to compute area of a rectangle. So we are interested in finding A when L is known to be 10 multiplied by W is 4. So our area is actually 40. Then we are moving on. There is a formula that we normally use to calculate speed. So if we are calculating speed there, we want to divide distance by time. So our distance is 90 kilometers. Our time is 2 hours. So when we simplify, that's 45 kilometers per hour. Units will be important when we do substitution and simplification. Then next, we are interested in calculating profit margin. So we'll be looking at SP, or selling price, over minus cost price. So when we do our substitution there, profit P will be equal to 1,200 minus 850. And when we do that calculation, first part gives us 0. Then there we get 350. I think that will be our result for that problem. So still moving, next we are interested in more like computations around a circle. Here we are interested in finding area, or the amount of space covered by a circle. So the formula is A equal to, we are given the value of pi to use 3.14 multiplied by the radius squared. So that's 5 squared. So in essence, we'll be having 3.14 multiplied by 25. And when we do the calculation quick there, is 3.14 multiplied by 25. This will give us 0 there, 8, and 2 there, we have 6. Then 5 times 4 is 20, carry 2, 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7, 5 times 3, that's 15. And when we sum 0, that's 8 plus 7, 15, carry 1, 5 plus 2, 7, plus the 1 we carried 8, 6 plus 1, that's 7. But remember, we have two numbers after the comma, so it's 1, 2, we put our comma there. Therefore, our solution is actually 78.5. And remember, units are important when we are computing measurements. So that will be square centimeters. Then next, we are interested in substitution again. We are interested in substituting the value of n into an equation which involves m. Actually, it's a formula, because we said when we have different variables, then call that a formula. So that 7 times our n value is 1, it's positive 1, plus 3. So our m will be actually 7 times 1, that's 7, plus 3. It gives us a value of 10 for m. Then finally, we are interested in an open problem to say, can we explain one real life use of a formula? Well, formula, we can use it to calculate or measure density. We are interested in how mass of an object relates to volume. So these will be variables. In simpler terms, we can say D for density is M over V. So we've got two or more different letters there which are variables. I hope you found this informative. We'll meet in the next series where we tackle similar problems again. Thank you.